Hey,
What's up?
it's starting to be like, am I on the wrong call?
Right, I know. Hey, it's where the party's at, huh?
Right?
That's funny.
What's happening?
Just living the dream,
Yeah.
Stuck at home. No, it's not that bad.
Oh, are you going into the office?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
I like being home. I was just kidding.
yeah. I went to Target today, which is the first time I've been to Target since this whole thing went down.
Oh my
And it
God.
was not a different day. Like it was just
Yeah.
like the same Target amount of people on a Monday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
I
Just
pulled
with
to the
masks
parking lot and
on.
I'm like, damn, apparently it's not hitting here. Cause
Yeah. It is crazy. The stores, I mean, you really can't tell a difference besides the fact that people have masks on.
yeah,
It
exactly. It's
looks,
pretty
it just
crazy.
looks normal. I went to Target today too.
Did you? I didn't actually come out with anything.
Almost didn't, and I was like, no, I need the mini waffle maker.
That's fantastic.
I actually might use it as a gift. Hey guys, it's usually like $10, and those are really great for like little eggs.
Perfect. You can send me one. I'm open to gifts.
It's a little like the mint colored one too, so
Oh, that's even cuter.
even better. Oh,
Oops, I forgot to post my picture with what I just posted. Jeez, I am really not doing it right today.
well, I was bummed. I did the I was trying to do a collage picture of all of my girls in the bed on you, and then actually just got a new customer today, and I added her in there too, but I couldn't do a collage of more than 6 people, which was, and I was like, I'm losing my patience. So I made my own GIF or whatever you call them. So it's like a loop of just the photos, and it's not getting any traction. And so I'm like, oh, this must just not get good traction because it was like 6 o'clock. Like most of the time, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really weird. I got like 1 like on it, which is not. I'm not saying likes are it, but you can usually tell like what your normal.
Yeah, you can tell if it's getting out there. Yeah, like I can't actually do GIFs on my like page, which I'm totally bummed about because I like to speak in GIFs or emojis.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a bummer that I can't even like use it as a post.
Yeah. How's everybody? I'm Melanie and Carol and Courtney and Lily.
Good. Here on a Monday, unusual.
Yeah, how are you feeling?
Yeah, my kids may or may not be killing each other in the other room, or at least not at the moment.
Well, at least your 18-year-old son isn't upstairs with his girlfriend. It could be worse.
Whoa! Hey, all right.
Well, I figured Mason's up there too, so I don't know if
that's the door open.
Yeah, I don't know. This is why I'm never going to get rid of we have video monitors like from when they were a baby, and they're still in the room, and I'm just never gonna take them out.
Yeah. You might want to like make sure you let them know that they're in there, because then you're like, whoa,
that might be kind of fun, and then like video it and be like, so I saw this the other day.
You want to talk about it? No.
Right. I hope mom's phone doesn't get hacked.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, how's everybody doing though? Everybody having a good Monday so far? The election's sort of over, I guess. That's what we want to call it.
Depends on who you ask.
Somebody else said that today. They were like, "That's your opinion," and I'm like, "Whoa, girl, whoa." Yeah.
Yeah, I've still had to block some people.
I'm
like, really? Come on. It was last Tuesday. Let's move on.
Yeah.
But yeah, today's been a good day.
Oh man.
I feel like I got a lot done, but when I looked at like my time, like as I'm working and getting stuff done, and then all of a sudden I look at the clock, I'm like, it's that time already? Oh, so maybe I wasn't as productive, but I found, where did I find this? I joined hey buddy, what's going on? It's Eric Worre. I think we all read GoPro early on when we first started, right? I mean, I don't know, maybe that was something like 7 years ago when I joined, everyone was like, Eric Worre, GoPro, this is
Yeah.
amazing. And I still follow him. I still think it's good, but he is doing like a 7-day recruiting challenge that starts on the 11th, this Wednesday. But if you guys want to join, let me know. But I'll share this link with you. What they did is they shared a social media posting calendar, and I think that's where I feel like I need more direction. Like, sure, we can always just post all this good content and whatever, and it's amazing. But I feel like I feel like I flounder a lot, and I feel like it's not cohesive. And if I want to be building a business and a brand, like it should be cohesive. I know we do, no excuses November, blah, 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 but are we like focused on that? And then I was also reading something about, or did a 3-day podcast about stories that sell and how do you create 12 months of stories. And so I'm kind of putting these two together, but it's a spreadsheet of a social media, like posting content calendar. And it just like tells you how many like days a week you should post, like engagement posts you should do 1 a week, a live you should do at least once a week, a quote once a week, but then like once a month have a Ask Me Anything post, repost a couple people that you follow or your mentor stuff like twice a month. Holidays is needed. So it was just really, it was helpful for me. And I don't know if you could see this, but I went through and I like color coded my calendar of like what to do with it. So I can share the link to that calendar in the group. I think for me, it was very helpful to like start focusing and like building a plan. So that way I can be more consistent and in my posting and show, people like, hey, I'm consistently here and doing something. And this like, sure, it's fun, this little side workout thing that I enjoy doing on the side. Sorry. But like there's a purpose to it. And I'm like, I am a cohesive brand. And even if it doesn't help my business, maybe it'll help me feel better.
I hear you. No, I think that's great. I think anytime you can share stuff that might make people's lives easier is always really, really helpful. So definitely share it.
Well, and anytime you can post ideas of, stuff to post, because I know I get in a rut of, oh my gosh, I can post my workout all day long, but what else is interesting and exciting about my life that I think I should share? And so posting ideas like that might trigger something like, oh, I can talk about that. I'm always interested in those kind of ideas.
Cool. And it gave, along with the like what to post, they have other pages that have topic ideas under that. So engagement, ideas for engagement posts, gratitude posts. I know we're really good about that, especially here in November. But just like topics. So I'll find it, or I'll get that link posted here quick for us.
Cool. Sounds like you have lots of wins this week then.
It's been, I guess, a good week. I'm at least trying to get my act together.
Some wins.
I just want to introduce Robin to the group. She is brand new today. So everybody say hi.
Robin.
Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Hi, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
I actually got to meet her for the first time when I was back east and visiting Maine and Boston area, and so I actually got to meet her for the first time, which was really cool on my trip. And so we've been doing this workout thing since 80-Day Obsession, I think.
Yeah.
A while.
Yep.
So welcome to the group. This is our town, some of them. So
Yeah, welcome. Very cool. Cool.
So there's a podcast that I listened to sometime over this weekend, and she works with she is a Beachbody coach herself, but she also works with any kind of coach for what you're for if you're needing help in trying to grow your followers, trying to get teammates, trying to get customers, so on and so forth. She says that when people start a business, especially one where they are trying to help others, the biggest question is, what do people need help with? Or what are people interested in needing help with? Whether it is health and wellness, or it's kids, or so many other topics. She said that what has helped with her, and she says that there's scientific, I'm not sure if it's her scientific evidence or if it's somebody else's or another third party. But that if you go into groups and you, like, for example, another health and wellness group, or like the top coaches who are like Q&A, ask me anything. She says those questions that people are genuinely asking, not the huge questions of how do I lose weight? You know, those ones, more specific ones of what can I do to lose weight specifically for me, or, you know, more personalized questions. She said that those questions are actually really good for you to do market research and then be able to use those questions and make it into a post so that you are already answering somebody else's question without actually tagging them. You're just doing it for something else, because if one person has this question on this feed of a top coach and so many others are pretty much like, yes, what she said, oh my God, I can relate to what she said or her question. You just answered somebody's question and you're going to get engagement back. And she said that's a good way to get people to your Instagram feed for followers or possible followers, people to be interested in what you're selling or trying to market if what your services or products are is what they're looking for, without actually telling them this is what they're looking for just by their questions. She said that she had one of her coaches, who was another Beachbody coach, had 60 pages of questions for content that she can post just by going to groups and looking up what people ask. Because, you know, everybody asks, what are my, you know, recommendations questions, or what is this or what is that questions in so many different kind of Facebook groups, Instagram feeds. She has 60 pages of content ideas that she can post from those, especially if they're seasonal. She's like, I can go back every season, and if that question is still there, I can do different verbiage but still post the same kind of idea. So that was a cool, I mean, that one I can't do on Instagram because you still can't search most recent hashtags, which I think is stupid since the election is over. But on Facebook groups, you can go on and look up groups and find it that way. So I've actually gotten probably 10 different questions that I've already been able to not do posts with, but for future be able to, you know, do posts for health and wellness. So
Cool.
another idea for if you have a hard time with content ideas or post ideas like I do, that's an easy way. So
that's a great idea, because you do see, like, in the bod group, like, I mean, a ton of like, oh my God, I have this question, or following, or, you know, so that is a good
that's exactly what she's talking about.
Yeah, that's a good idea, and that also ties into this other like storytelling podcast I was listening to, and using other people's stories and other people's audiences to leverage yourself. And it's that same thing. If you like people who you follow, your influencers, like your group, those are your people, right? Because you're already like part of that influencers group. So of course, people who are looking at them are going to want to look at you too. So if you can do something to say like, I agree. And that's why, like, I love Christine Dwyer and I love her page, and, you know, she's our upline, like, so it's really cool because getting her stuff edifies her, which helps us as a team. Like, she's amazing and awesome. We're whole a part of her team. And then she's cool enough that she actually like responds on her Instagram or to yours too. Like, she responded directly to my post because I like reposted and tagged her and was like, and by the way, I love Christine because she's a great mentor of mine. And like, that's the cool thing about what I think about Beachbody particularly is that we are a big team, right? And sure, personally, like there's some competition, but I feel like there's an abundance mindset where there's enough for all of us. Like, sure, we're still a part of the same team. We may like some of the same workouts and the same stuff, but you're Jess, you're Lily, I'm Courtney. Like, we're still our own people with our own tribe, with our own other group of people. So I don't feel like there's that bad competition, but there's that rising tide that lifts everybody up.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the when I don't know where I heard it, but it was like, oh, there's too many coaches. It's saturated market. And it's like, okay, but you can go downtown and you'll see a Little Caesars Pizza, and across the street you'll see a Domino's. They're still packed because they've got different sauce. So everybody's got their own sauce, and that's cool. And that's why we have our own tribe of people. And it's amazing. I was talking with my new coach too, and I was like, you know, I'm like, if you want, you can outrank me. You can go to the top. Like, that's what's really cool about this business. I'm like, at my corporate job, I can only go right here. You know, like I can't go here. So it's just a really cool way to think about business. And it's like, how do you explain that to people in a post? I don't know. Tag me if you figure it out. That's a challenging one. But yeah, you know, Melanie, you were making me think of something I used to do a long time ago. I haven't done it in a while. But I used to, when I'd make a post, I would save it in my calendar and do a recurring meeting, so it would pop up on my calendar next year. Because again, like it's seasonal. Yeah, we all go through these seasons of life, and that was always really helpful for me to not have to reinvent content. Again, it's me, it's my story, and I would just change the pictures out, and that was really helpful too. But I'm a huge calendar nerd, so might not be everybody's cup of tea. Or a cup of whatever you want to drink. Cool. Well, I have to thank Carol and Sue for waking up with me every morning and keeping me motivated to work. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'd do without you two.
Hi guys.
Yes, welcome. We're glad you're here.
Yeah.
But I've been doing those Platinum Presenter Power Hours, and I'm obsessed with them, you guys. It is so cool to see the top coaches doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing every single day. They're in there, they're doing they're doing the vital behaviors. They're filling out their little tracker every single day, and you're doing it right along with them. So you're getting like little ideas about it and how to use it. And was it last week with the speaker, the National Wake Up Call speaker, Ashley McClellan? She was the one doing the power hour. And so she was just saying how she goes through her tracker. She usually gets it done in an hour. And I was like, wait, what? You get your whole tracker done in an hour? And I think Melanie, I think you were on that call. Maybe you were on that one. She was like, yeah, I can get through my whole tracker in an hour. If she's not doing a group setting, she gets through it. And I'm like, shut the front door. Like, again, it's like, you know, I told you guys that one time I get so stuck on like folding laundry and stuff because I feel like it's going to take me hours, and it took me 6 minutes to fold a load of laundry. Like, stop making, like we make it seem so hard, and it's really not that hard. So I wish I had the quote in front of me that was something about time, and you know, you fill the time with this, I don't know what it is, I'll have to find it, but so true. I'm not good at quotes, by the way, but they've been really good. I have my whole tracker filled out. I did the whole tracker today, which is amazing because I never do the tracker. And it's literally, yeah, so simple. But yet we make it so hard. So that was my win, that I've been filling out my tracker.
Yay.
Frickin' trackers. Sorry. I hate
Okay, so I'm going to catch up for a second. Melanie, what you were talking about, is that from the wake up call today? No, just.
Do you have
My-
kids in the background?
No, my screen was put down and I couldn't get my mute. I couldn't figure out what I was. It was pushed down. Anyways, no, it was off of. Let me pull up the podcast. It was on a podcast for specifically for MLM companies. Where's my podcast? But she is a Beachbody coach. She's been a Beachbody coach for quite a while.
Yeah.
This is her second business, which is the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
If I can find it, I will get it to you guys here in a second.
Okay, thanks.
Cool.
Sue, the wake up call this morning was Danielle Natoni. Did I say that right?
Yes.
She did a quick talk on onboarding coaches, new coaches, and it was very easy. It was like two things. It was like set up a bod group and get two people to be in your group, and start with two people you know, and just build slowly, baby steps.
Yeah, her big thing was to do the baby steps because then you get comfortable and you get used to running a group on your own. And to her, she said, I would much rather have a much smaller group with BOD than 50 to 100 people in there, because then it's so overwhelming when a new coach comes into that environment and try to run something like that. I agree. She said that was it. She's like, sign them up, have them set up a BOD group, and then get 2 or 3 people in there that they trusted and felt comfortable with, and that was basically how she set new coaches up. So
yeah, I'd love to get my hands on her videos. She was like, I do this. She's like, you don't have to do this, but I do, the first onboarding video and that. And then, she talks about how to get to Emerald was one of her videos, and like really simple, basic stuff. Yeah. So if anybody sees those, let me know.
Yeah, because if you said, hey, here's this, daily tracker sheet to do, like everybody would be like, nope, sorry,
Right,
I'm
out. See ya. Yeah, because obviously
that's the most boring
we
thing
don't
I've
like
ever.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Right. But yeah, it was a good kind of a back to basics, like that humbling, like, okay, we're overcomplicating this. It's like, take a deep breath. It's literally you and one other person in a group. That is how you coach people, and that's how you start. I mean, I couldn't even imagine being a new coach, like you said, Lily, trying to keep 50 people engaged. Like, I would be so overwhelmed. And it doesn't have to be like that. You and one other person.
Well, just like how she said it was when they first started, it was only up to 5 or at least 5. And she's like, that still works just fine. And that's how she still trains her newest coaches. So, which makes sense and doesn't make it seem so daunting for brand new coaches. At least, for me, it didn't. So,
yeah.
But, okay. So I got the podcast, and the podcast is by Soraya Goudard, and I'll send it to everybody. Secrets to Marketing Your Wellness MLM. That's what it is.
Cool.
And then the specific one I was talking about was episode 93, and it was how to create content that makes people come back for more. And that's what she said. You go into groups, you look for questions, you write questions down, and that's your new post for content. And she said that either her or other coach had 60 plus Excel pages of just questions that she can she can make into some kind of a post. She's like, I can do almost a year's worth of posts by this content. So that was only one, but all of her podcasts are about like our company or companies similar to ours, how to figure out what to talk about online, kinds of posts that are great for Instagram right now. That was October 26th. That was very recent. Do you need a niche if you don't know what your niche is, which I'm guilty of that. Do I market my product, my opportunity, or me? If you need help with certain those, and there's so much more. So
cool. Yeah, definitely send that around. Sounds like a good part.
Yeah. Yep, I will share it.
Cool. Who else has some wins they want to share?
I had somebody lose 5 pounds in the Bet on Me group, the Bet on You group.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was surprising to her. She's like, man, it's amazing what happens when you focus on nutrition. I was like, yep, nutrition is big. And she actually took herself completely off of social media. So she's not even in the group and not getting any of our posts except for what I share with her and stuff.
Yeah.
But she was like, I've been focusing on my nutrition. And I was like, that's, this is how many carbs you need. This is how many proteins. This is how many veggies. And she's like, this is working. So
awesome.
It's exciting to see wins like that.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a win. What else do you guys got? Doesn't have to be coach related. It can just be like, I didn't drink booze this weekend or something. I don't get to raise my hand on that one, but somebody else might. Hmm. Anything?
Melanie, your mom is kicking butt in the group.
Yes, she is. She is doing very well. She didn't lose any this week, but she didn't gain any, which I told her that is a win. But she said that her watch and her pants were feeling a little bit looser. And she's like, I actually had to tighten my watch by a notch. I'm like, well, you didn't lose weight, but you're losing inches, which is still a win. So don't discourage yourself just because you don't see the scale move. So, because she's not necessarily doing this for the money. She's just doing it to help her stay accountable. Because as other people were like, you know, the money is helping me stay accountable, whether I win or lose, money wise. It doesn't matter, but I'm losing, and it's giving me an incentive. Even if I don't, you know, win anything, I'm still getting incentive to try and do my best and see how much I can do. And she suffers from migraines because she's got something going on in her brain that they're still trying to figure out. So she suffers from migraines, and she's like, even during the migraines, I'm still getting yoga in, and I'm just like, thank you. You know, not because they don't necessarily help her migraine wise, but they help the rest of her body relax. And she's just like, that just feels so much better. And she's been with me coaching wise. She's been a customer for at least a couple years, and she's finally starting her first program because she just had the excuses of, I can't do it today. I have a migraine. And since the Bet on You group started, she's been really consistent, and she's seeing the weight loss. If she doesn't see weight loss, she sees inches lost, but she's like, either way, I feel great. And she started Shakeology. And like I said last week, she has all the vegan flavors now. And she's like, I'm never going back. And she called me. She's like, I don't have my Shakeology in yet. So can I get yours? And I'm like, I can bring you some down, but you're not getting my whole thing. So, yeah. So I was really happy that she got onto Shakeology, not for my benefit, but for hers, because when she talked to her doctor was like, yes, that is really good for you. So if you can do that, because he knew how expensive it was, he's like, if you can do that, do it. And she's like, to me, it's not the expensive part, it's the quality. She's like, I will go over quality. I would go quality over price. And she's like, that is mine.
Mhm.
So I'm like, maybe you should start doing that with your work people, you know, because they have their own thing. And she's like, yeah, everybody else thinks that I'm doing crazy stuff. I'm like, okay, well, let them think that, because you're feeling better about yourself, and they keep putting themselves down for what they're doing. So
Funny how they think that when you're healthy, you're crazy,
Mm-hmm.
you know, while they're going to fast food for lunch. So,
Mhm.
or they are on crazy diets that you're only eating 2 to 3 times a day.
right.
Yeah.
And she's eating 6 to 7 times a day, and they're just like, that's too much food, but yet she's going down in weight. So
Yeah.
she feels good, and she knows that she's doing what she needs to do to make herself feel better, even if it's just very small, you know, things, because she can't do intense workouts because she's got a rod in her leg, just like Jess does.
Oh.
And so she has a lot that she can't do with intense, but she's doing yoga. She's going to do bar or try bar. So she's really happy, and I'm really happy to see her progress, and I'm happy that she's actually putting forth the effort, and now she's seeing the results, so it makes her want to do more. So
Yeah. The results are your motivation. You know, that's what's
Mhm.
cool about it, is when you start seeing it, you're like, oh, okay, so it does work. Because, you know, sometimes we just the satisfaction of like, see, I told you so, this doesn't work, this doesn't work. And when you actually do it, you're like, oh, I guess if I don't eat the sleeve of cookies, then I might actually keep seeing progress. I'm just telling you guys what happened to me this week. And because, yeah, I totally ate cookies. Like, I just was a rough day, you know? I've just, you know, yeah, here we are. Yeah, so, you know, but I did another little win, which was really cool. I thought it was really cool. I don't reach out to people very much. Again, I know that's what we're supposed to do as coaches. It's part of our job. Well, I was doing my job, and I was just reaching out to people on Instagram, and there was this woman in there. I'm like, oh, you know, it's just like, thanks for the love on my transformation post. You know, it's so hard to put yourself out there, blah, 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 blah. You know, I've got a great group of girls if you were interested, and, you know, I'm here for you. And she's like, oh, I love your post, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but that's so cool. But she was like, no, she's like, I love your post, actually. She's like, I'm a coach, but I like you better than my own coach. But that's not the point of my story. She was actually watching my stories and doing the things that I was recommending. So like I was saying as a suggestion, the book that I read, that whole Sleep Smarter book, I love that book. So insightful. If you need value to add to people, like you will have hundreds of things to talk about, and everybody needs help with sleep, right? So I was talking about the magnesium supplements, and she was like, oh yeah, I bought the same ones you had shared on your story. And I'm like, you did? Like, I just think I feel like I put stuff up there and people don't give a shit. And people do care. They are listening. They are watching you. So it was just a cool win to know that like, you're not just putting stuff out there that's not getting seen. And it was cool. I'm like, all right, I guess I need to be more mindful about what I'm sharing. Cause you know, those Target ones, I told her they would taste like candy. Like I want to eat them all the time. Anyway, okay. So
I have to agree with you, Jess, because I actually had one of my customers who just wanted to sign up for BOD, nothing else. She already takes Plexus or whatever, drinks Plexus. And so she's like, I just want to do the workouts. And so I was like, okay, whatever. I'll meet you at your needs. We'll do it that way. And so she actually just messaged me today. She's like, I need to try that Shakeology. And I've never once asked her about it. I've never sent her one thing, but it's just from watching my stories over and over. Yeah, your content that you post really does have an effect, even if it doesn't seem like it sometimes. So.
So with your stories, I know everyone's like Instagram stories are where it's at, stories are where it's at. And I guess I'm that type of person where I resist change, especially technology change, especially Facebook and Instagram changes, because they're always changing and it drives me nuts. My big thing with stories and why I don't use them, probably to my own detriment, is that I forget that they expire after 24 hours, and I forget to go check who saw them in 24 hours, and then I like don't follow up with the people. So are you guys like, are you tracking that? Are you checking them? Are you checking them daily, a couple times a week when you remember? Like, how do you make your stories work for you?
I check them and I go back through them when I have time. I don't do it all the time, but I go back and I see who liked or commented, or if I have a question in there, a poll, if they responded, I go to their page. If I'm not friends with them and I like a couple of their posts, I comment on their posts. And sometimes they follow me, sometimes they don't. Again, I don't do it all the time. That's what everybody says you're supposed to do, but I'm busy. I'm sorry. I got 2 businesses to run and kids to homeschool. And so, but yeah, I go in and I will look at everybody that likes or saw the video and commenters, or just even if somebody says, hey, great job, or they liked the post or something, I'll send them a message and say, and so I've started conversations from people that have commented over and over again with, you know, some of those people. And that's a cold market that I would never have access to other than that. But again, it takes time and it takes effort to do that. And I don't always have that time to do that. So that's a good power hour thing to do.
Yeah, that's what I use for connections a lot, is I'll just message people and say like, hey, thanks for watching my stories. I hope you have a great week. And that's like a conversation starter. They don't have to reply. Sometimes they do, but I did that actually yesterday, and I had 2 people who were like, yes, I love your posts. Like, yeah, tell me more about your tribe and all this. I'm like, shit, I need to do this more. This actually works. But I want to tell you guys a tip I learned in Power Hour, because I didn't know this. And I know we had talked before about when you do polls on stories. And so you know how they expire after 24 hours and you're like, oh crap, I forgot to look at the poll and see who actually said yes or no, or whatever your poll is. So Lori Stewart has said, when you save them to your highlights, you can save them, like if you want to do a poll highlight, if you want, you can save it to your highlights, and then you can look back at them from like weeks ago. So like she said, you probably should delete them, you know, as you go through them, but it's a way that you can kind of archive it with and be able to access it. I was like, oh my God, the golden ticket. Cause I never remember 24 hours. And like, I need 72, please.
And you can go and try to make a new, stories tile. And when you go to make a new story tile, you can have access to all of your old stories. So you can click on it and you can see who actually liked it. So under that, that's another way as well.
That's cool. Yeah.
Lily and Courtney, to point out, do you guys know that when you go into Instagram, you can look at your old stories, your archived ones, and see who liked, who commented, who was on your stories?
I thought that was only I didn't realize that was all of your own stories, because I thought it was like.
Do you have a private account or public?
It's
me.
No, Courtney.
Oh,
it's public. It's a public, and it's like it's a business.
You should be able to go back and look at them all. They should be in your archives.
Under archive story September. Oh, look at that. This is why I need to come on here more. Oh, look at that. But I can't see. I can see it, but I can't see who saw it though.
Then when you go to your stories, if you click on one, scroll up, and it'll tell you who was on your stories, or who viewed your stories, or who had any kind of interaction with your stories.
I see viewer lists and view counts aren't available after 48 hours is what it tells me.
That's what I see too.
That's weird, because mine is, I can see who was on mine.
From like a couple days ago?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, because I didn't, so September 30 was my last one. And it says you can't, the story is there, but the viewer list and view counts aren't available after 48 hours is what it's telling me.
Yeah, mine says the same thing.
Okay. So you still got to be on it within 48 hours. But I'm glad that, hey, 48 hours is still double the time that I thought I had. So still a silver lining to this.
That's funny. Yeah, I actually haven't tried the whole poll thing in like putting it in a highlight, but I hope it works.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that.
Good stuff. But another way, how people just don't respond to messages when you send them direct messages. Everybody responds when you say something on their story. Like probably 8 out of 10 people, when you say, "Oh my gosh, your kid's so cute," or just when you're just trying to engage with people and connect with people, people actually finally respond. I'm like, oh, I've been avoiding this for so long because I don't watch stories. I post stories. I just don't watch anybody else's. Not so huge no apparently. So it's a way to connect with new people for sure.
Yeah, I do find, stories that was one thing that I had seen over and over in the just different trainings is go through the stories, and not just the ones that are like newest on the left, but if you scroll all the way over to the right, those are the ones that you haven't interacted with the most. Go through those people's stories first to like increase your engagement. And then there was a power hour I was on a while ago. You, under your followers, you can, there's a way, and I don't remember it now, but you can sort them by like the least amount that you've interacted with, and just to go like give some love on their photos too.
Yeah, I think it pulls up like the first 49 people that you've least interacted with. And yeah, you can go through, and I like to unfollow a lot of people. If they don't follow me, I'll unfollow them. But I don't know if everybody knows how you can see if someone else is following you. Like when you go to their profile and you click on their followers, if they're following you, you will be the very first one on the list. So
yeah, I have a third-party app that does the same thing that I find is just kind of easy from there, and I can unfollow straight from there. What I'll try to do is I'll like go follow people. I'll give them some love and some comments. and then I'll give it a couple days. And then if they don't follow me back in a couple of days, I kind of move on. I'll unfollow them and move on. Also, what was like local gyms? We have a new studio in the area that followed me and a bunch of people. And so I just went through all of their followers. I clicked on all of their profiles. People I thought I might kind of jive with, I went and gave some love, followed them, and we'll see what happens in the next couple of days with that. But I'm like, all right, well, there's some local people that I could, follow. And you never know. And one lady who I was like not overly sure about, but I'm like, well, I'm not going to write you off. Like, I don't think you're another fitness professional, so possibly a customer, but I'm just going to, there's something that I can comment on. And sure enough, we went back and forth and she just followed me. And I'm like, I'll follow you back and we'll keep like building this little relationship. But it's like, oh, when I do the things I'm supposed to be doing, holy shit, they work.
I know. Isn't it weird? Same thing with like nutrition. Like, oh, when you actually eat your vegetables and don't eat the sleeve of cookies, you're probably going to drop a few pounds.
And track what you eat. Yes.
It works. Don't say it works. That is not, we're not allowed to say it works on our calls, you guys. I'm just kidding. I'm seriously joking, but I do cringe every time I say
Good one.
Oh, all right.
Got it.
So did anybody get to watch the whole Super Weekend video? I had to go track a deer with my friend. And okay. Anybody want to share
Part of it.
takeaways? Anything like you're like, yes, so excited about this.
Yes, I'm so excited about Shanti. That workout was fun, and he was like, he was good. He was like,
you could tell his love of dance. You could just tell. You could see it exude. And yes, I have no rhythm at all, but I didn't fall on my face, and I had fun on our Zoom that we did. It was a lot of fun, and I rocked, I must say, the insanity middle part, which was really got your heart. I mean, I burned over 300 calories in 30 minutes, and it was a lot of fun. I am very excited about the program, that will launch in April, probably sneak peek in mid-March or something like that. So,
and it looks like it's really designed to share on social. So you learn the dance and then you record yourself, and so that was genius right there. Yeah.
Yes, it is extremely set up that way, where you learn throughout the whole workout, you learn a routine that's like a 2-minute routine. And so you can take a snip of that routine at the very end that you do over, 3 or 4 times. At the very end of your workout, you do it over 3 or 4 times in the sample at least. And which is what I showed, because I finally was, feeling like I was not completely uncoordinated enough to take a video of it. But yeah, each workout is set up like that. And that's what Shanti said on his live that he did, that I think it was that day or the next day. He did a live session on Facebook and Instagram. And he said, this is specifically set up so that you can share a piece of your workout and say, look what I'm doing. Do you want, to create little splurges like this, little TikToks, little Facebook, little reels, that come join me and do this workout program, and you'll learn how to do these little reels, and you'll learn how to do these little TikToks. So it was really interesting that they are totally setting it up that way. So. And it was fun. So
I had fun watching Sue do it on the video.
There was a moment where I did see her laughing, like belly laughing
at you.
I had to do it though. It was fun. I'll admit it.
Yeah, my husband came in the room and laughed.
Did he? Yeah, it was fun.
I'm sure there was some people that were laughing at me because I was doing it in the middle of the RV park. So,
so how is it going to be different than size for people who've been around a while and customers who are like, well, I I got size and I didn't like it, or I got size and I really loved it. Why should I get this one? How's it? Is he
So,
saying? Are they explaining it very much?
Yeah, so Shanti said that this Let's Get Up is different in the sense that it uses all different styles of dance. So you might see some African dance in there. You might see some swing dance in there. You might see, he said there's a whole musical theater workout. There's a whole like waltz and different things like that. So it's like every style of workout, and in the middle of every workout is some Insanity or T25 or Insanity Max 30. Some of those moves are put into the middle of each workout, is my understanding from what he said. But he said it's totally different than size. Size for me is way too fast. I just can't keep up and I'm lost. I've tried a couple workouts and it just doesn't work for me because I just don't have the coordination, and this goes this way and it's supposed to go that way. And so it just doesn't work for me. But he said it's just completely different in the way that they build the moves up. Then they do the Insanity part kind of esque moves in the middle, and then they work on the routine at the end. So I know for me, I was huffing and puffing and super sweaty by the end of the workout. So, and it was only 30 minutes. I love that each workout is only 30 minutes. And I love that the different styles. He said that his friend is making all the music. So they're trying to keep the cost down of the program. And so they're mixing all the music with the moves together. And so it'll be fresh new music. It won't be music that you will know. So something completely different. I don't know. I'm excited. He's super excited about it. And like I said, you could really tell that he really loved doing this program. It just exuded from him when he was talking about it. So.
Cool.
Anybody else try it? Or Sue or Kim and I are the only ones that were brave enough? Oh yeah, Melanie tried it with us. That's right, you did it with us.
I was on the Zoom with you.
Yeah, you were on the Zoom with us.
I have no rhythm.
I was too busy trying to pay
that was fine. Oh. No, that was fun. I like dancing, and I said it multiple times. I like dancing, but I'm not the best dancer. I don't have rhythm, and if you choreograph me, it's going to take me years to get it. So, but it was fun. My husband came in and he started laughing, and I said, it's either you can sit there and laugh, or you can come and join me and laugh with me. Either that, or go outside, or go in the bedroom and leave me alone. He went in the bedroom because it's not that his laughing deters me. It's I can't concentrate when I'm laughing because he's laughing. So it's like, get out of my face or come join me. And he's like, no, because you don't want to see this, this sexy thing dancing. I'm like, no, I don't. Go. But it was fun. He saw the video afterwards, and he's just like, huh?
He made me laugh when he was like, "Sexy Jack," like.
I know.
How do you do a sexy Jack? It was good though. It was a good workout. I burnt like over 230 calories, around 230 calories, and that's good for me for a dance. So
I think
it was fun
more because my brain was like working out so hard to try to remember all the moves. So I was like sweating, just pouring down. Like it's a complete workout for me because I can't think about anything else than what the next move is supposed to be. So it's a complete break from reality for me. I can't worry about anything. I can't be anxious. I have to focus completely on the workout. So
that's a great post.
That's a great point, Kim.
Yeah, you should say that like when they get ready to launch that. Share that because that's what people want to work out for. I mean, they want that escape. That's awesome. Well, did anybody do the 9-week control freak?
Yes.
Yep.
It was 18 minutes of kick your butt. Awesome.
Yeah.
But it was also totally doable. Like every single move was totally doable. And I loved, sorry, I'm totally hijacking everything. But
Okay.
It was fun. It was awesome. I think that every move was totally doable for anybody on this call, and any of our customers could totally do it. They're, Kat is the modifier, and if you guys have seen her transformation from 9-week Control Freak, it is amazing and awesome to see those kind of results from a 9-week program. But every move was totally doable for anybody. It wasn't like super hard. It was 15 seconds on for each move, and then 15 seconds off, and then 15 seconds on and 15 seconds off. So I hate standing mountain climbers, but I can do them for 15 seconds and not trip over my feet. And
That's exactly what I felt like, Robin.
Yeah.
Well, was it like you put your right arm with your right leg? I really messed up with that.
It's like,
no, she got it wrong.
Did she say it wrong? Because I'm like, I don't think that's
Yeah, when she started the move, she had her right arm up and her right leg up. I was like,
okay.
That's not how you do mountain climber. But then as soon as she started the move, she lifted the other leg up.
Okay.
I was like, all right, whatever.
yeah. I'm just gonna
That's
go with
funny.
it.
Yeah.
Well, I
Exactly.
was going to say that I was kind of disappointed in the sample workout because if I remember right from 9-week Control Freak, they kept talking about how it's like nothing you've ever done before, right? That's a little phrase. And so then those moves were like, we've done these moves in so many workouts before. But then in the Super Saturday presentation, there was a longer interview of Carl with her, and they talked a lot more detail about the program and what it's going to include and it's going to be very different than we've seen before. So I don't think that preview workout didn't really represent, what it's going to be like, because it was purposely basic probably and didn't include all the equipment and all the stuff. But after watching that, I was like, oh, okay. Now I think this is going to be pretty cool. But after that preview, I was like, I was kind of bummed. So no, I'm really excited about it. And I think a lot of people are really going to like it. I think people are already getting hung up about the equipment and whether they will be able to get it and whether it will work or not. And and most people will have those kinds of, some people will have that opinion about it. Some people will sort of let that deter them. And some people will be like, you know what, I'm going to do this regardless. I'm going to make it work if I can get the equipment on time or not, or I might be able to modify some way. So, I think that's just the case with most programs, that some people will do it. We'll figure it out. It's figure outable, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
interesting. It's going to be interesting. A lot of that part is going to be, helping people get past some of those hangups they might have.
Mm-hmm.
And I totally agree with you, watching the boards and like on Instagram when Autumn posts that, like this whole weekend, all of her posts, like probably every other post was, how do we get the equipment? Or how do I do like everybody's hung up on the door wall attachment thing, that they're like, I don't have a door. I don't have a wall. Like, how do I do it? And it's like, we're going to overcome this. We can do this. Like, you're going to figure it out. There's going to be a modifier either, or there's going to be a way that you can attach the door thingy to something in your house. Like, there's got to be a way to figure it out. So yes, I agree that there's going to be a huge hang up about the equipment, and especially the amount of the equipment. But a lot of people have the step already. A lot of people have bands already.
I almost see like that's like Autumn's way of doing things though. Like, she likes to put a challenge in front of you, right? And to kind of see how you handle it. You've had teachers like that, or Barrett like that. It's like, okay, I'm going to put this little speed bump in your way and I'm going to see how you handle it. And let's see if you can figure it out. Let's see if you can, work with it and I don't know. I just think she likes to challenge us that way. So.
Well, and I liked how during the workout, how she was explaining how she was going to use the equipment in the workout. So like when you were doing when you're on your side and you were lifting your legs, she's like, during this workout, you're going to have a ball between your legs and you're going to be lifting the ball. Granted, the ball, my understanding is it doesn't weigh anything, but when you have to hold something between your legs, you're engaging you're engaging your muscles, and so it's going to work a different set of muscles than if you're just lifting your legs. So I thought that was really interesting in the workout where she was explaining, like, this is how you would use the equipment in the program as well. So, and I tried doing the leg lift with my 8-pound exercise ball that I actually have with me, and then there's no way.
More like a playground ball.
Yeah.
Sometimes just I've noticed I've done stuff like that before too, and you get so much more of an inner thigh workout, workout than with those, which is really cool.
Yeah, and there was another exercise where she's like, you're gonna do, one of them was like a sit-up type thing where you're leaning back on the ball and you're lifting your legs, and I was like, this isn't doing anything for me, but if I'm laying on a ball, I can totally see where this changes the exercise, and it would be hard to do it with correct form. So I thought that was really, I like that part of it where she was explaining how with the equipment it would change the move. So you could either do it without the equipment, or you could do it with the equipment and make it harder.
Right. Makes me wonder, to your comment, Carol, about the equipment and everybody complaining, the same thing with you, Lilies. Maybe that's why the coach release seems so early, because it feels like a long time before they're actually starting the challenge group. I don't know, maybe it's just with the holidays, but it feels like we've got an extra week or two in there.
I think it was the same way with MBFA though, or MBF.
Was it? It seems just really long to me.
It released a couple weeks earlier than the customer launch. I mean, it's been so. But we'll see. Hopefully they'll have all this shipping ironed out by then, and
I still haven't.
Did anybody else think the interview with Autumn and Carl was a little bit painful to watch? Like there was did anybody else think that, or was it just me? It just felt like they were like not connecting, or like Autumn was looking at him like, yeah, I'm gonna get you for asking me that later or something. I don't know. I thought it was uncomfortable. It was weird.
Oh. I think I missed it. So I got to see Autumn talking about, or I didn't see Autumn talking about the program. I saw the preview and then I had to leave, but I've got to rewatch it. So I'll pay attention to that. The awkwardness. So nobody saw anything about the preferred customer or the new coach stuff that we've been curious about?
Nothing.
Hmm.
Nothing at
Something
all.
that I did
Not a
see.
hint or anything that I saw.
One thing that I did see in the chat when they were talking with, I want to say it was Brittany Powers. There was a couple people who kept saying Brittany Powers or the other speaker, I can't remember. SC BAT, which is the app version of your success tracker. If you don't have the paper with you, or for whatever reason you can't print out paper, you can do the online version, and I just downloaded it. It's free. So that one was kind of cool. And I didn't know that you had an online tracker. So it goes by the day. It's the exact same layout as our actual trackers. So
yeah, that's a good reminder. I think, is that the one you sent around, Carol?
Yeah, it's the same one, SC BAT. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. All right, well, we got about 2 minutes left.
There's also a new platform out there that is gaining some attention called MeWe. I don't know, you probably can't see it. No, you can't see it. I'll send it in the group, but it's called MeWe, and it's similar to Facebook, no political ads at all. And they don't track, and they don't do algorithms and stuff like that. I don't know anything about it other than I just joined it today, but they had like a huge following, I guess, on this weekend of people that joined. So
there's another one too. It begins with the C. Has anybody seen that one?
Yeah, call something.
Yeah, I'll look
like
that one up.
Twitter or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another one as well. But new platforms coming out to maybe gain some interest. So
Cool.
Deanna, you've been really quiet tonight.
Yeah, I was just thinking that too.
You missed me chatting it up the whole time.
I do.
I know.
You're
We can
saving
talk
yourself
about
for
the
Thursday.
nutrition call.
That's what
Yeah,
I was
have
just-
a nutrition call.
Oh, it was good last week. We talked about meal prep, but this week Jessica really wants to talk about how alcohol affects her body.
Yeah.
So we're
Thank
going to
you.
talk about beverages, both non-alcoholic and alcoholic, and their caloric effects.
I should probably be on that call then.
We
It's
can
gonna be
really
talk about how
hungover.
alcohol is absorbed in and how it works.
Yeah, no, I'm seriously, I'm still hungover from Saturday, so I think that'd be really great.
Okay, so Parlor, Parler.
It's pronounced parlay because it's
Parlay.
in French.
French, too sweet.
And all of these are trending conservative in case anybody cares. That is
Yeah,
why
no,
they are getting lots of things.
Ah, gotcha.
Because there are
Is
no
that new
restrictions.
as well, or
There's no restrictions on
Aren't
that.
they-
Well, they're
Are they
saying there's no.
around?
They're saying
Yeah,
there's no
right
restrictions.
now they're
We'll
saying
see.
there's no
Yeah, there
restrictions.
will be because people are going to freak out. But
Yeah.
Well, and Parlay's been around for a couple years, 20
2 years.
oh, it has? Oh,
Yeah,
2008.
I was one
I
of
think all
the,
three have been
I
around.
got an account a couple years ago when it first opened. It has been very buggy this last week. They've had like
so many
over
people
2
are joining
million.
it.
Yeah, they've had over 2 million new users in the last week.
Mhm.
So every time that happens, every midterm, every election season, a bunch of people jump in. But a lot of the big name news sources are leaving Twitter and going over to Parlay. So it's good. I've kind of been over there more for that, but I've started like I haven't figured out how to integrate Instagram. I'm just copy pasting and it seems to be working pretty good. Hashtags work the same way. So yeah, I'm kind of trying to do some more business building over there because I feel like Facebook or not Facebook, Instagram owned by Facebook. So same sort of thing, maybe just start fishing in a different bucket.
okay.
Cool. Something new to learn.
Yeah.
It's young. Our mind's
Together.
fresh.
Or I'm not muted. Actually, yeah, I was like concerned about that. Again, something new to learn because I'm not the hey, it's a new platform, let's learn it, yay. No, I hate that. But it's if you're pretty good with like Twitter, it seems to be pretty much the same. Like it's fairly intuitive. I
Same
don't
with
have
me.
complaints.
It was easy.
What were you saying, Lily? You froze on us.
I said it's the same with me, we. It seems pretty easy to figure out the chats and the groups and the add your friends and all that stuff.
Cool. Check it out. I'll friend you if I see you on there.
Sounds good. So,
All right.
All right.
Anything else before we sign off?
you gotta take a picture, Jeff.
Thank you. Yes. You got to catch me on that because. All right. Let me get my camera up. Who else is taking a picture? Anybody? Nobody? There's so many.
I got one.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. It's like smile, straight face. That's my favorite thing to do with kids.
But
Like,
we
let's
should
do the
all do
smile,
straight
straight face. Let's try the straight face. Who can keep a straight face?
I
Come
don't know if we can-
straight.
No,
Don't smile. Carol?
I can't do it.
Okay, Lily, you're cheating.
I can't do it.
Let me see. No, Lily's laughing. Super pissed. Melanie's, you're laughing, Melanie. No, I love
I gotta
it.
laugh it up. I have another Zoom after this. A real serious one.
Oh.
I gotta laugh it up now. I'm
Oh,
tired
that
from
sounds
it.
terrible. Well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go to bed, so I will hopefully see you guys on Thursday night at Deanna's nutrition call. If not, tell
Yeah.
your friends because it's a great call. It's an awesome space. And don't forget, we have live workouts every day to work out. Hold yourselves accountable.
So is it just regular, like kind of like a Zoom, kind of like what Platinum Presenters does?
Ours is better. No, I don't know what Platinum Presenters does. We
I mean,
just get
it's a workout, but it's not like a led group class or anything, is it?
No.
right. You do whatever workout you're doing that day, and you just hop on. Carol and Sue and I, we ended up talking for probably like half an hour in the mornings, partly because Jessica's not awake yet. They usually do their workouts before and then get on, so they're sweet. But yeah. So
And we usually talk for a while and then we get our workout in.
yeah.
So
And you know,
the
I've
West
been like labeling it as like a virtual gym. Like I'm like, hey, virtual gym's open from 6:30 to 8, and nobody cares, but I'm still gonna keep labeling it as that until people start catching on.
I thought that was brilliant, Jess. I
Thank
love that.
you.
I did. And I have a 6 a.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday Eastern time, but we don't talk before because it's 6 a.m. We just work out.
I'll have
We
to
Yeah.
remember
smile for a
that, 'cause
picture.
if
We
if
talk
I'm up
about
at
1
6,
minute.
I'll join you.
Yeah, you can always get on. Sue, you can get on with Kim.
I'm gonna get on everybody's one of these days.
That's
Just
so
like,
fun.
Perfect.
That'd be awesome.
I
Your Zoom
just have to
crasher.
remember what time they all are. Yeah.
That's funny.
6 a.m. Pacific here.
What time? 6 a.m. Pacific. Okay.
6 a.m. Pacific, except for weekends. Weekends we do 7, so we
Yeah.
can sleep in a little bit.
And Saturday I do 9 Eastern.
So that's 8.
Which is still 6 a.m. Eastern or 6 a.m.
Right.
Pacific.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh God, is
So in
it?
case
Oh,
Lily
it is.
want to, you can go 6 and
There you go,
7.
in case they want to. Yes, perfect.
True. True.
Wow.
All right.
You guys are always welcome to join. The link is in Made for More Coach.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
guys are all more the merrier. It's always fun to have more people.
Well, I agree.
Yeah, I
All
gotta put
right.
mine in Made for More.
What was that, Kim?
I think I have to list mine in Made for More. I don't think it's there. It's in the files section. Do you guys have it listed in the files someplace?
I
Or
think
it makes
it's just in a post.
It's just
Yeah,
in
I
the
think-
post
I
someplace.
think
I
it
think
is
it
on
was in a,
post.
well, somebody just recently asked, I think. So I think we reposted
Okay.
in the post.
Yeah,
So-
like I think I needed to change my Zoom, like my password. You know what? It's a good idea. We should put it in the files section, then we can just update it.
I
Like,
thought it was in the file section, but maybe it's not updated. But I'll.
It's
I'll
in
take a
the,
look.
there was one in the files on Bet on You, but it somehow lost the links in both of your 2 workouts.
Oh,
yeah, I remember you
I'll have to go
saying that.
add
That's weird. I don't know.
okay.
Anyway.
I'll go add mine.
You guys have a good night.
Thanks, you
Bye.
too. Bye.
Bye. Bye.